Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. So we're gonna talk about some products that I regret buying. So I uploaded a video last week talking about palettes that I regret not buying, and then I just kind of came up with the idea of just going ahead and doing a video of products I do regret buying. This isn't necessarily eyeshadow palettes because I don't have that many eyeshadow palettes I regret, but just products in general that I regret buying, whether it just was awful or if I just don't think it was worth the money, if I didn't really get use out of it, that kind of thing. Really quick disclaimer, because if I don't do one, someone gets angry. If you end up loving any of the products that I mentioned today, don't come for me. It's not a big deal. We all just have different opinions. It's fine. I respect you for liking it. I'm glad it worked for you. If anything, you got your money's worth, obviously. So just don't come for me if I don't like the product that you love. It's not that serious, it's just makeup. I do have physically some of these products that I'm gonna mention, so if I do, I will show it. If not, I will just have pictures up like I did with that other video. The first one I thought of when I thought of products I regret is the Violet Voss Flamingo palette. I was so excited to get that palette. Last summer, so many colorful palettes released at the same time, and that was one of the ones that I just had to have. I loved the color story, but when I got it, I just was not impressed. It was not nearly as vibrant in person as I thought it was gonna be. The palette itself looked really pretty, don't get me wrong, but putting it on the eyes, it was just so much more muted. It wasn't a bad formula or anything. I like Violet Voss's formula, but the color payoff was just so lackluster, and I was so disappointed because it was a $40-something palette. I was just so disappointed. I'm still bitter about it. This next one is one that I don't regret so much in the sense that I would give it away or anything, because now that I have it, I'm glad I have it in my collection just because I have used it. It's not a horrible thing. Let's just get into it. It's the Lime Crime Venus 3. This formula is a lot different than the Lime Crime Venus 1 and Venus 2. These shimmers are very, I don't know, they're very sheer. They just kind of act more so as like a topper rather than like a full-on shimmer like a lot of the other kind of shimmery shades in their other palettes, which they don't have a ton of really insane metallic shimmery shades, but the ones that they do have I feel like are a lot different than these. I feel like this matte and this matte perform pretty normal, but the other ones are just weird. They have like a weird difference to them. I don't know how to explain it. So for that reason, it's not my favorite, and I definitely could have lived without it. I could have saved my money on this. I do think I got it on sale though, which helps. And I'm not going to get rid of it or anything. I'm just going to keep it with the other ones because I do like having it, and I actually want to try pairing this with the other two. Let me know if you guys want to see a palette bingo with Lime Crime Venus 1, 2, and 3. That could be really fun. But I do kind of regret it just because I totally didn't need it. Let's just continue on with eyeshadow palettes since we're already here. The next one is the Kat Von D Metal Matte. I don't have this anymore. I decluttered it 1 or 2 declutters ago. I don't remember how long ago it was, but I got it. I think actually Zane bought it for me as a present, and I used it a couple times, but it really just wasn't worth it, and it was fairly pricey. I don't remember how much it was off the top of my head, but I guarantee it was around the $50 zone. I don't know, it was good in theory having like that long row of mattes and then the corresponding shimmers over top of it, but Kat Von D's matte formula was never really my absolute favorite, and the shimmers were just very crumbly. It just wasn't my favorite. I only used it a couple times, and I totally could have saved Zane's money on that one. The next one is the Colourpop Semi-Precious palette, which I also decluttered a couple declutter videos ago. Those shimmers were the most sheer, lackluster shimmers I've ever used from Colourpop. It was so weird. I was just really disappointed with that palette. I'm pretty sure I got that one as a gift with purchase from Colourpop's site, or maybe I just got it really cheap on sale. Either way, I wish I just wouldn't have ever owned it because it was just that, it was that boring. I just really didn't like it. Wasn't a fan. I don't even know if I gave it away or throw it away. I probably gave it away because I don't usually throw things away. However, this next one I did throw away. It was the Laura Lee Party Animal palette from BoxyCharm. That was the worst palette ever. I threw that away. As soon as I finished filming that BoxyCharm video, I threw it away. I did not like it. They were so dry and chalky. They were so frustrating to work with. They were just, it was not a pleasant experience to work with, and I know I didn't physically pay for that because it was in my BoxyCharm, but I paid for my BoxyCharm. Paid. I don't subscribe anymore. So technically I paid for the palette, and I regret buying it. I could have skipped that box because that palette was that horrible. Not a fan. I just had to rant about that one. This next one is the Unicorn Tears lipstick from Too Faced. I bought this years ago, and I think they have it now in the melted version, which I didn't ever buy and I'm not ever gonna buy. But I bought it because it looked like such a cool, icy, transforming lipstick, and it is. However, it fades away so fast. I think I only wore it twice. twice in my time. I don't even remember when I got rid of it, but the times that I did have it, I only wore it twice. I topped it over top of 2 different lipsticks. One was a black and one, I believe, was a purple. And both times it just faded so fast. Like I had to reapply it every hour because it would just disappear. And I feel like that's kind of pointless. Like if you're gonna have a cool transforming lipstick, you don't necessarily want it to go away. I don't know. Cause like I have the Diamond Crusher from Lime Crime on right now, and I feel like it's pretty and it lasts a long time. It dries down and it stays put, and I have a lot of different shades and it's really fun. But that one was just kind of a waste of time and money, and it wasn't a pleasant experience. Over Halloween time, Milani released this black opaque gloss. It's in the shade Supernatural, but it's the black one, number 13. I also picked up number 14, but as you can see, I haven't even opened it because I'm scared to. This is really pretty in theory because it's so black and opaque and shiny and so beautiful, but it's the messiest thing on the planet, which I guess I could have gone into it expecting that, but just the way it was being advertised on the internet made it seem like it was gonna dry down and have a shine to it, which I didn't think was possible, but it definitely piqued my interest. And it's definitely just a very thick with 3 C's gloss, and it's so black. It's a mess. It's so messy. It feathers out. If your hair sticks to it and drags, you're gonna have black everywhere. It's a horrible disaster. And again, I haven't tried this one yet because this one's so dark and it's so red, and I don't think I'm gonna end up liking it. I might end up just finding someone to give this to. I don't know, maybe I'll give it a shot because I like the finish of these. These are cool for a picture. Put it on, take a picture, take it off. That's the only time it's worthwhile. I definitely could have lived my life without ever buying those. So pretty much any Lime Crime Velveteen I've regretted buying, which I haven't purchased too many. I bought 2 way back in the day and I didn't know better, so I thought they were good, but looking back, I don't like them anymore. I stopped buying from Lime Crime for a long time because of the whole credit card thing. I was one of the victims of that. I didn't lose it too much and I ended up getting it back. But anyways, I ended up giving them a second chance, and I bought this one, which is called Saddle, and this one's not horrible. The color's beautiful, and if I have a good lip mask underneath, it's not bad. But I bought this one and then some blue one. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I'll have a picture up here. And oh my gosh, the messiest, crumbliest, most disgusting liquid lipstick I've ever worn in my life. It literally flaked and crumbled off and it was falling on my chin. By the end of the day, Zane literally looked at me and said that this looks really bad, and he never says stuff like that. It was disgusting. I'm pretty sure I threw it away that night. No, so bad. And I had a lip mask on underneath of it, so it's not even like it just was too dry, but even so, no liquid lipstick should ever do that, ever. That's disgusting. It was horrible. And not to mention I had to reapply it so many times that day because it kept fading. I don't know how it was possible, but it kept fading and drying my lips out and crumbling and flaking. It was a disaster. One of the worst liquid lipstick experiences ever. This one I feel like a lot of people are gonna get mad at me for, and hear me out when I say it's not that the product is bad, I just regret it because I don't use them. But pretty much any Colourpop Super Shock eyeshadow, I always stumble over those words because it's so similar, Super Shock shadow. But I love the formula. They're so pretty. The mattes are so plushy and creamy and blendable, and the metallics are so pretty, and they have a lot of different kinds of finishes. Some are more topper, some are more opaque. They're really pretty, but just, they're annoying to use because they're bulky and you have to totally take it out, unscrew the thing, put it on your eye, make sure you screw it back because if you leave this open, it's gonna dry out and then it's never gonna work again. And it's kind of a hassle, and it's just not my favorite product to pull out. It's not realistic for me. I barely touch these, and they're basically in my drawer just waiting to die because I don't ever touch them because I just don't think about it because it's inconvenient. So I just kind of regret purchasing any I regret purchasing any Super Shock shadow pretty much just because I don't get use out of them. And I could have saved my $5, $10, $15, you know? Oh, I guess I have one more palette I forgot to mention. I have my notes down here. And it's the Urban Decay Naked Smoky. I was so hyped to get that palette. I went to Sephora on launch day back in the day. This was back when I was still building my collection and felt the need to buy everything, that completionist attitude, you know? And I didn't use it too many times, even back when I didn't have very many palettes. It was very kind of sheer. I felt like things got kind of muddy on it, and that was before I even realized what muddy was, but looking back, it definitely just was not a great palette. I decluttered that a while ago. Just wasn't my favorite. Definitely a waste of money, and especially back then, I really like spending $55 on a palette is a lot now, but especially back then, that was a lot for me to spend. And I can't believe I spent that money on that. I could have spent it on so many other things, and I just didn't get enough use out of it and I didn't love it enough to justify the purchase. This one I feel like some of you might laugh at me for because I've been back and forth on this product for such a long time. My Smashbox lid primer ran out months ago, and then I picked up the Fenty Beauty eye primer because I wanted to try something new, and I felt like every video I was like, I can't decide if I like this. I think I like this. I don't know if I like this. And I kept going back and forth. I eventually rebought the Smashbox lid primer and I just decided I don't like this. It's not my favorite formula. I don't think it's necessarily horrible. It could definitely be someone's favorite and I could understand it, but I just don't like it. I kind of regret buying it. I think it's right around the same price point as the Smashbox one, so I should have just saved my money on this and bought the Smashbox one since I ended up rebuying that anyways. So it's kind of a regret just for that reason. Like, it's just kind of an product and I ended up buying what I really like anyways, so that's why I regret it. Next are the Cover FX glitter drops. Mine are in the shade Lunar, and these are really cute in theory. I've definitely like gone any kind of outdoor outing, which is not very often, but like to Disney or something over the summer, I would put some on my shoulders just to have some like cute glitter arms, and it's cute in that kind of theory. I don't really like this on my face because it's kind of hard to blend out because of the formula. It's just really chunky. And these are $44. I know for a fact I got them on the Sephora 20% off sale, so I got them for 30 something, but I definitely did not need this as much as I thought I did. It's just because it's glitter. Glitter sucks me in like crazy. I've used it a couple times, and like I said, it's cute kind of on my shoulders, and I'll definitely use it for that purpose and only that purpose, but for the most part, it's just kind of a waste of money. All right, we're on the last two things. I just have two complexion products. This first one is the Kat Von D Whiteout Lock-It Concealer. I bought this a very long time ago. This is old. I'm actually gonna throw it away after this video because this is very old, a couple years old. And I just did not like this formula. I got it because it was kind of the first white concealer that I know of that went on the market. And I bought it because I wanted it to be able to mix in with other concealers or just to lighten things or add really extra bright highlights on the face. And it's just very thick. I found it hard to blend out personally. Maybe it's just because on my dry skin it doesn't mesh well, and I was a lot drier back then too when I first got this. It just wasn't my favorite. I tried using this as an eyeshadow base and to cut out the crease for concealer cutting, you know what I'm talking about, and I didn't like it for that either. It just wasn't my favorite, just kind of a dud product for me. And this last one I don't completely hate, but I definitely didn't need it. I'm actually visiting my friend Christy this weekend, which when you're seeing this, we might actually already be there. Whatever. It's the Colourpop Matte No Filter Foundation. I really love this stick. The stick foundation from Colourpop is my favorite thing ever, but this one is just not my favorite, and I should have known better because I don't usually like matte foundation, so I don't know what made me think I would like this. Christy has more oily skin than I do. It's not as oily as it used to be, so she tells me, but I'm gonna see if she wants this or if it matches her or anything like that because I'm not getting use out of it. The only way I like to use this is with mixing it with other foundations or putting oils into it or things like that, and it's just, I don't want to do that anymore. So I just kind of regret this because I knew better than to buy it, but I bought it anyways because I got sucked in from the fact that Colourpop was finally releasing a foundation. So that's it. Those are the products I regret. Again, don't get mad at me if any of these are your favorites. I'm not trying to hate on you specifically. I want to know what you regret. Let me know down below what products you regret buying, whether it was just a complete horrible experience or if it was just kind of a dud that just kind of sat around. I want to know. I want to chat about it. If you enjoyed this products I regret buying video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Let's chat, as I already said. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's beautbean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe here before you leave. I post 5 days a week, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Let me know what videos you want to see on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.